Cool. Next thing to do, check the weather. So tomorrow looks actually okay. There's a quite high pollen count if that worries you, but apart from that, the weekend is looking okay, and there is lots and lots of sun. So you can't make an excuse not to say you can't go out in the evening when the sun doesn't set 9:30. But just just check the weather. Make sure it's not going out. You're not going out in a thunderstorm. Wear reasonable clothing. The other thing is, well, possibly most important thing is check the tide. You don't want to turn up rock pooling and it's high tide. That does not go very well. The other thing to be aware is don't get trapped by the tide. Be aware of the survey site you're visiting, and make sure that you're taking the precautions you need to be safe in the intertidal zone. Before you go out as well, it's good to check our ID guide. So we've produced a sheet with most species you're likely to find. It's not an exhaustive list of all crustaceans. It's just the ones that we've talked to a few people and said, okay, these are the species that you should be looking out for and have a reasonable chance of. And then also, if you've got a field guide, you will need one of these before you go out to be able to, identify all different species. And just browse that, use whichever is your favorite guidebook. We've got 2 suggestions here and they're both really good. Yeah. Cool, great. So we've done all that. We can go to the beach. We can rock pool. So firstly is to find your actual site. So below the map on the project's website, we've got a list of all of our survey sites we've set up. If you've requested a new one, we should have sent you the details. If you haven't got it, just let us know and we'll email it across to you. And that will give you an in detail map of where the actual site is, how to get there, and then also a satellite map of precisely where it is. And you should be able to find, hopefully these PDFs will give you a reasonable idea of where the survey site is. And you can use that to then look at the rocky shore, figure out, okay, where are the outlines of this? We've hopefully used quite intuitive markers. So this one at Castle Beach uses the end of the walkway down to the beach and a bus stop to stay within the survey site when you're rock pooling. Next thing to do is to walk to your survey site. So our other surveys up until this point have started at the lower shore. We want to start these ones at the high tide mark, and then work your way down to the sea. So that's just a small difference if you before, but that shouldn't be too much struggle. Great. Next thing to do, most important step, is take a selfie. So get your camera, get every device that you have, and take a photo of yourself. And then this can be used later to have as a banner on your feedback report that we generate. Next thing to do is start a timer. Figure out, well, remember which time you've been allocated, and start rock pooling. So that's general rock pooling. If you've done it before, look in as diverse amount of places as you can, under rocks, under seaweeds, in cracks. Survey as much as the areas you can in your allocated time. And then if you find a crustacean, take a photo of it. So use whatever device you have. Phone cameras work well, but if you've got like a more specialized camera, that can be better and hopefully more useful for taking sort of more of the smaller species. But if you are taking photos of smaller species and you don't think you're quite up to it, it's useful to take notes. If you manage to ID that creature species in the wild, you don't have to go back and see sort of a blurred picture of a barnacle and figure it out again. That said, if you aren't able to ID it in a field, to get a good photo of it, you can ID it back at home, by going online. We're here to help. We've got drop-in sessions all next week, and there are lots of resources out there, lots of Facebook groups which people are like more than happy to nerd out over barnacle ID or Gammarus IDs. Cool. And then when your time is up, hopefully you found lots of different crustaceans, and you're done. You can have an ice cream, or you can continue to rock pool. You can do whatever you like after that. Great. So once you get back home, there's a few steps to do to send your data to us, and also get the feedback, your feedback reports, which I'll go through now. The main one is we have a website that you use to upload your data. So I'm going to switch. So in the instructions, there should be a link to this website. If you can't find it, just again, let us know, but hopefully all the links should be on the projects. We were testing this earlier, so I'm hoping it's going to work, but fingers crossed. Ben will, yeah. Okay, so this is how it starts. When you sign up, you will be given a rock pool ID. I'm just going to zoom in because I saw someone sort of leaning closer to their video camera there. It's quite simple. You get given a rock pool ID and a password, and all you need to do is just sign in. It comes up, and you come up with these drop-down menu options. I'm going to go down to the bottom and start. Ben, we don't appear to have an upload picture here.
Yeah, I just made a bit of a change. You need to put in what type of survey you're doing.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. I was going to do that first. Okay, so
sorry to confuse you, mate.
I was not given the up-to-date instructions. Hopefully, you know, most of these drop-down menus are quite self-explanatory. So I went out on Thursday and did a practice recce for this. And I went to Gilly South, and I did a 30-minute biodiversity crustacean survey. So hopefully that's quite obvious. If you're doing a 30-minute crustacean survey, click biodiversity crustacean 30, 45, or 60. And then hopefully that's come up now. It has. I'm gonna upload these images now, because I don't think you want to sit around waiting for a loading screen. But essentially, just click the photos that you want to upload. I'm not going to upload them all, just because, again, you know, you don't want to watch a loading screen, and they'll start to load in. Other option, next one is weather. Mine was sadly overcast, but hopefully we'll have some nice sunny weather at the weekend. The data recording device, I used my own device. If you come to our rock pooling events, we actually have our own rock pooling devices that you know which ones we use. So I'm just going to select personal device. If you weren't with anyone from the rock pool project, just put not verified. I was there and able to verify them myself, so I put them down here. I started the survey time at 9:45. And the low tide height was 1.2 meters. The low tide time was 10:27. And it was, if you find your rock pool ID here, and that allows you to have your rock pool ID linked to your account, as well as anyone you were with. So I'm going to say I was with Ben, but add anyone you think is well, anyone you are with, add their names in here, and they'll be combined into the same report. Now this loading bar is still going through, so we've got a few seconds for that to come through. Have you got anything to add, Ben, quickly while we?
No, not really. It's taking its time to load. Are they quite big files, do you think?
Not really. I mean, it was a reasonably good camera, so it might take a while, but it is coming through.
Okay. I mean, that's something for everyone to bear in mind, especially people that are into their photography. It's quite normal for some of these files to be massive, and I've actually changed the system. Originally, it was just taking them as is and then displaying them, and it would take forever to scroll between them. So now when you upload them, not only does it take a long time to upload the big files, but then it takes a while to turn them into small files so they display nicely on the system. So just bear in mind it takes a little while.
I think we're struggling with doing a Zoom call and uploading files. It's probably my home internet is coming through, but it is still doing stuff, which is good.
While we're waiting, Christophe, a couple of people are asking about sites. First of all, we had a question about Welsh sites from Emily. Oh no, not Emily. Sorry, from Anne. And so we now have one site in Wales. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. It's now been set up. I bet it's Pembrokeshire.
Pembrokeshire. Okay, so not that close to Cardiff, really. Anne and anybody else who would like a site near them, do drop us a line on info@therockwoolproject.co.uk, and we can set up a site your favourite place. As Christophe mentioned, it does take a little bit of time. So Eleanor, another intern of ours, is working on these. It takes her about half hour or so per site, and she has to actually communicate a bit with you, obviously, to make sure she gets the right spot. So, but we do this in batches every week, so make sure you get in contact, and we'll try and get through them as quickly as possible for you. And Emily is also asking about Broad Sands at Payton in Devon. I'm not sure what the nearest site. We haven't got that site, have we?
Not off the top of my head. It might be worth of just checking the map and seeing what's there. I can't remember all the survey sites off the top of my head, but again, if there isn't a close one, we can add new ones as well.
I think the nearest one to there is we've got one at Saltern Cove, which is in Torbay. That's the nearest one I can think of. So not that near, but we can. I just haven't been keeping up with which of the new ones have been added this week. That's all.
Okay.
But we can definitely add them in.
Okay.
When's this survey period ends?
It's the 26th, so it's next Friday.
Okay. All right. So we've got a bit of time. So I think Eleanor might be able to add some new sites on Monday. So we should do that. I'll let you carry on. We've got some more questions coming in, but we'll come to them.
Yeah, no, so now we've got the photos uploaded, so I'll just quickly do this. So once you have your photos uploaded, they should come up here. You can see the first one here. You look at what photo you've got in front of you, and then all you have to do is type into this box what species it was, what you identified it as. I know this is a northern rock barnacle. Hopefully no experts are screaming at their screen right now, but I'm pretty confident it's this ID. And then once you hit, it comes up, you hit submit, and then you can see here it's come up with this photo has been tagged with this. And then all you have to do is click next. It'll come up with your next photo, see which photo it is, identify it. I know this is a pebble crab, but I know they're also called Montague's crabs, so that's going to come up under Montague's crab here. We can only store one common name in here, so just worth trying a different one or trying the scientific name. Both of those. And then link that to that photo. I've got one more here. I've just got a St. Piran's, so I'm going to type that in there. Submit that one. And as I've only got 3 photos in this one, that's me done. Once you've done that, you just need to select a cover photo. Normally that would be your selfie, but if you've got a very nice photo of a particular animal that you like, you can choose that one as well. And you just need to click cover photo here, and then it assigns this photo to your cover of your report. And then click submit survey, and then it does its own thing. It comes down and just asks you to confirm, were all these times correct? Are these species ones gone? And then just confirm submission, and then it will start doing some more processing. So I'm going to jump now to one I prepared earlier.